It's time for another round of Christmas DIYs. My name is Courtney. Let's get crafting. This project is so fun. So here I have in 2 different sizes. This is Santa's driver's license. You can grab this free printable down below in the description box, and I've got 2 different sizes. This one is more if perhaps you have older kids and you just want like a little decor piece. This would be a great size for like a tier tray or something like that. And of course this size is a little more realistic to a driver's license. Would be great to put down in front of the Christmas tree, in front of the chimney, something like that, like Santa accidentally dropped his driver's license. Now, what I have here is I'm heating up my trusty laminator. This thing I've had for probably 10 years, and I think at the time it only cost me $20, so I will link this one if I can find it down below. But if you don't have this, look what Dollar Tree has. They have self-laminating sheets. You don't need a machine, so you can totally use these as well. Now the first thing is you'll notice on here that I have like pink border. That is just so you can see where you need to cut out the driver's license. And there's a very thin little pink line. That is going to be where we fold it. And when we fold it, then this will be the correct orientation. So first thing I'm going to do is cut out my driver's license. Now this does have rounded edges, so I do need to just quickly trim that off. But again, remember, just keep these attached. Do not cut them apart. It'll make your life a lot easier. I should use my rounded scissors for this. It would make my life a lot easier. So let's do that. I'm gonna use my curved blade scissors here to just make this a lot easier for me to cut. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Here we have our 2 different sizes, and what I'm gonna do, actually I still have a little trimming to do on this, I just noticed. So right here, okay, I need my little, oh my gosh, where the heck are they? Where are my little birdie scissors? I don't know, I lost my birdie scissors. Okay, I just need a, all right, we're gonna have to use this one. Okay, the only other place you're gonna have to cut, I just realized, is right here. There's like before, again, don't cut that little pink line, just the little part right there to get the curve. So I'm gonna do that real quick. These curved blade scissors, game changer. They're from Fiskars, so I've had them for quite a while. There we go. Now what we need to do is we need to fold on our little line. So the first thing I'm gonna do is grab probably my ruler. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this and start to fold it and match it up very carefully. Not pressing too hard, but making sure it's nice and matched up. Just like that. Perfect. Yeah, okay, and then once you get it folded, take something, scraper, credit card, something, and just kind of crease on that line right there. Once you fold it, you can see that it makes sense. It's not upside down anymore. So we'll do the same thing over here. My laminator is ready, so if you do have one of these, you'll notice it says 3mm, 5mm. That doesn't mean like, you know, 3mm is a less amount of lamination to the 5mm. This has to do with the material you're putting in it, how thick it is. So this is a 65-pound cardstock, so I'm just gonna do 3. Now for the sheets of this, I showed you your options, so I am gonna do mine with a sheet here. These are just the Scotch thermal laminating pouches, and one end is sealed closed. You see that right there. So I'm just gonna take these and stick them in here. Now I want to stick this so that I'm gonna try to get the most out of this. I am gonna do this one. Oh, you know what? You guys probably wanna see what this looks like. I just don't wanna waste this whole sheet on this. So, you know what? Let's see what this one looks like real quick, because you guys might be curious to see how this works. All right, it just says place a face down bend backing sheet to separate backing with downward pressure, smooth and seal edges. Okay, it seems pretty straightforward. I don't know if this is gonna, oh wow, these are sturdy. Okay, so here is the, I don't, okay. Oh, this is sticky. Okay. All right, so you know what? I'll use one of these because you guys probably want to see that anyway. So now I'm just gonna very carefully feed this through and it will come out here. Let's use one of these pouches from the Dollar Tree. So here is the self-laminating pouch, and what you do is open it up. It's pretty easy, honestly. Oh, make sure there's no like things attached to it. Then take whatever it is that you want to laminate, stick it in there. Then you're gonna peel this up, and that is just gonna go as you go. Just peel it like that. And then you want to take something, again, either a credit card or if you have a scraper, and get it sealed. Press it down in there. Go all directions, top to bottom, and you'll see it kind of sealing around your cutout. Then once that's done, we want to trim around this. So I am gonna, again, use my paper trimmer. I love this Fiskars paper trimmer. Here is this one. And I have to tell you, like, it is nicely laminated. I mean, very good, because these are pointy curves. I am gonna take my little scissors and just curve off those ends real quick. Quick little update. So this is the Dollar Tree one. I trimmed too close and look what happened. The top of it, the part that wasn't sticky, just fell off because I trimmed way too close to this. And so I think these would work just fine as long as you leave a little bit more of a lip. But to fix this problem, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another one of these. It's all about problem solving, right guys? This isn't a bust. You certainly could just put this in another sleeve and run it through the machine. But if you don't have a machine, this is how I would recommend fixing this issue if you mess up like I did. And that is to take your thing, again, put it down like this where the side that doesn't have anything on it, and then peel the sticky away. Making sure that this is, hold that down. Oh, you don't want to bubble it up. Ah, no. This is what I was afraid of. Nope, okay. You want to make sure you're pressing down. There we go. Okay, now if I can find what I'm looking for here. There it is. Let me move that away. All right, oh. Okay, so now I've gone in with the sticky again on the other side. So, you know what? It's all about working through the problems. So this is still salvageable. We're not gonna fret here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, now we're gonna trim it, but I'm gonna leave a bigger allowance around it so that I don't run into that problem again. But we've got this, so now I think we're good. If you don't have the machine, these are an okay alternative. It looks like you need to use 2 sheets to get this accomplished. But I honestly, if you can spare $20, $30, however much it costs for the laminator, I think that's your better option, especially if you're gonna make a bunch of these. But you know, that's okay. This is gonna work just like this. It's totally fine. Members, the kindness rocks that I made. The idea behind kindness rocks is to just decorate rocks and set them places where people can find them, and it brightens their day. Notes of, words of encouragement or fun holiday things. So we're gonna make some Christmas versions. I've already got a couple here that have been created, and typically the places I put these the most are libraries, hospitals, medical office buildings, even at the grocery store, like really anywhere is fine. The park. Kids love finding these. It's just a fun way. You guys know that, especially during the Christmas time, I like to do more random acts of kindness than I usually do during the year, because that's just kind of a way I continue my mom's legacy. So today We're gonna do 2 more Christmas rocks. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, okay. Little technical difficulties here. All right, I'm just gonna wipe the rocks. As you can see, they're a little dirty, so you do wanna have clean rocks. And you're gonna either want to use paint or paint pens. I typically use paint pens. It's just kind of what I prefer to do. But it's up to you, whatever you prefer. My hand is just not as steady with the paintbrush as it is with paint pens. So you just want to wipe these. You can wash them too, you know, with soap and water. That works as well. But I'm upstairs in my craft room, so right now we're just gonna do this. All right, so while these are drying, let me just show you these other ones. I actually made these back in the spring. You might remember them, but I've got a little Santa, ho, ho, ho. If you want to recreate these, screenshot this right here, and then you can just look at the picture to recreate it. Then I've got another one where it's a gold Christmas tree with the word joy on it. Screenshot. I've got one elf themed, of course. There you go. And then a little gingerbread dude. And then on the back, I typically will put the hashtag kindness rocks, and then you can ask them to, you know, if you're on social media, to tag you if you want to kind of help spread the fun and encourage people to participate. So I'm just gonna help these along real quick. I've grabbed some colors for my first rock, and I think I'm gonna do it on this one. We're gonna do a snowman, little guy on this one. So let's start with some white. And let me start with this paint pen. So the painters I like to use, that my like top favorites, are these Thule Art ones. I switched from other brands, so I'm still trying to use up my old brands, but I have strictly just been buying the Thule Art brand from, I don't know, as I replaced my other brands, but I love the Thule Art. The last thing you're going to want to do with these rocks is just make sure you seal them. You can use Mod Podge or whatever sealer you prefer. Now get ready to spread some cheer around your community. You need some type of styrofoam comb for this project and either some ribbon or fabric. So we're gonna make a little ruffle tree. This is really pretty easy. So we're gonna have this, if you wanna put this on a little stem, which I think I'm going to do. So I'm gonna start down here and you're gonna start with a little glue. And then all we're doing is just making some little pleats. You'll tack it, go to the next one, tack it, and we're just gonna keep going around. So to start, glue sticks, I'm about to run out. We're gonna just put a little glue here. You want it to hang off a little bit on the edge if you're gonna put a stem. If you're not, then go ahead. If you just want this to set on the ground, then go ahead and just set it right there. So I'm gonna go about halfway, where half of the ribbon is hanging down and the other half's up here. All right, then the next thing is when you get to the point where you want to start pleating, you want to tack that in the spot. So about right there, I think, is where I'm gonna then put another glue dot in that same exact spot, and then you're just gonna fold your ribbon onto that, just right there, just like that. Then move on down the line. So go there, hold it here. Okay, and then once you get to that spot, again, put a little bit of glue, fold it onto it, hold it there. Another idea for these, if you did not put a stem on it, is you could cut a little slit at the top of this and use these as place card holders, you know, for Christmas morning, or if you're having a Christmas party dinner or something like that, you could turn these into those. So that's another fun little thing to use these for. When you get to the top, you're gonna probably have to do a little bit more glue tacking because it will start to kind of push out, if that makes sense. So instead of just doing dot, 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 I'm actually gluing I'm actually pulling glue like this instead of doing my little dots where I, you see it's kind of popping up. So you may have to go in with some glue and kind of secure those a little bit. But to finish this off, what we're gonna be doing kind of is, we're actually gonna kind of keep going up until we pass the tip of this, if that makes sense. So you're gonna lift a little bit, like you're putting some glue right on the top, like that. And essentially we're just gonna keep going around until we get enough to kind of close it at the top. I have grabbed my embellishment box. You guys have seen how I store all my little embellishments. Best system ever. I will link this one down below. Now I know I have little gold stars in here somewhere. Yeah, there they are. Oh. If only y'all could see my craft room, you'd probably be like, Courtney, what is going on? Okay, so I've got these. Let's see. Let's see if I can make this work. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh, yes. It's just perfect. Oh, and I dropped it down there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some glue on here to try to hold this inside of the little area right here. There. Keep it straight. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, how cute is that little star? Dollar Tree always has these little jewel things you could stick on there. I've got these also from Dollar Tree. These little red, but I think these may be a little too big. I don't know, maybe they're not too big. But what I was thinking is I might want to use, no, this is the wrong box. I'm not gonna use those, hold on. This is my hot fix tool. This is just a little tool, got it on Amazon, this whole kit. It's like a jewel blinger, and I've got all these little fun sparkly jewels, and I think I'm gonna do that. I think this whole kit for this hot fix tool was like $17. I will definitely link it down below. But here's the thing about it. You're probably like, what else could you use that for? If you are one of those people that loves to read, you could bling out your books. I'm actually going to be blinging out a Christmas chapter book that I have. That'll be coming soon to show you how to do that. I mean, you could use them for anything. You could bling out shoes, you could bling out shirts, you could do whatever you want. I think actually, now that I think about it, I want to use the smaller size. So I'm going to yoink this off. Actually, let me turn it off. I'm going to unscrew this tip. And again, this is a perfect reason why to work on a silicone mat. I can just do that and not worry about it burning my surface. All right, I got to get the right tip for this size. So that's probably going to be maybe this one. Nope, that's a flat. Actually, I don't know if I have a small enough size. I don't think this one will work, but let me try. Is this the right size for this one? I don't know. All right, so if you want to know how to check the size, you put your little jewel down there. And this one, you want it to, yeah, perfect. Okay. You don't want it to completely cover it and then have the metal touching, if that makes sense, touching the ribbon. Like when I go to press it, I don't want this covering the whole jewel to where that metal's touching, because it will burn your ribbon. So the key here is to get it, let me bring it up and show you. So as you can see, hopefully, when I press, you can still see the red jewel. It's just a very, I'm sorry guys, I know this is hard. I'm just trying to explain how this thing works. So yeah, you just want to make sure it doesn't. If it completely covers your jewel and will touch this, it's going to burn it. So that's how you kind of gauge the size. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab out some colors so that I can make sure I get enough. Yeah, so we'll do like maybe 5 of each color. I think 5 of each color would be a good number. To do this, usually what I do is I just pick up my little beads, I set it where I want it, and then I just press down on it. Except these tiny ones are like fleas. They bounce. I've literally lost all the pink ones. So. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So you just take it, you set it down, and then you don't have to hold it for long. Like, it's not a long process. Oh my gosh. I'm serious. These are like fleas. No joke. All right, then take your heat, catch it, and then hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what could you do with this, right? Number one, you could turn it, like I said, into a placeholder where you put it on someone's, and put their name there. You could turn it into an ornament. This could definitely be a gift topper if you wanted to do something really fun. Set it on top of a gift. That could be really fun, and maybe make it an ornament so it's dual purpose as part of the gift. And then just decor, tiered trays. You could, there's a lot of little options for this, but this is a great little, quick little fun project to do. Who remembers this fall Dollar Tree DIY that I told you I would be busting out again so that we could do a Christmas side of this and make it a multi-seasonal piece? The first thing I did was pick out what scrapbook paper I wanted to use. I get most of my scrapbook paper packs from Hobby Lobby, so the one that I'm using, it came from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to mark it and trim it down and then use my tape roller to get that scrapbook paper attached. The next thing I wanted to do is I was actually going to try to use the wood biscuit since the other side is a wood biscuit pumpkin. I wanted to do a wood biscuit tree, but the wood biscuits I had were way too big for that, so I had to pivot. and I ended up grabbing some of my wooden half beads, and I thought, you know what, let's do a wreath. So one of my favorite hacks for painting beads, small pieces, is to take a piece of painter's tape, tape it down to your surface, and then put all those beads on there and then just start painting. Super easy. I ended up wanting full coverage on this, so I did do about 3 coats of the green paint on my half beads. The next thing I needed to do was just get them arranged on my sign and secured down. To secure them, I just used some hot glue and I glued all of the beads down. Now, of course, with any wreath, it does need a bow. So I grabbed some of my ribbon and I just quickly tied a bow. I burned the end so that it wouldn't fray, and I hot glued that down on my wreath. The last step here is I wanted to add berries. So I did grab those Dollar Tree red half circle berries. But after looking at it with it being finished, I think I might have preferred to use my little bling hot fix tool again and use some of those red sparkly gems. I just think the size wise would be a little bit better. So I'm not 100% loving the big red beads on this, but I don't know. I might like pop them off and try a different approach. But for now, this will do. And here you've got a Dollar Tree multi-seasonal Christmas piece. That will wrap up today's DIYs. Let me know down below which one of these projects was your favorite. Also, let me know this. Is there a new tradition you'd like to start this year for the Christmas season? Or what is your favorite old tradition? Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos you might want to check out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!